Hello everybody, thanks for waiting for me. I had to get a fresh cup of coffee. That's why we're late today. I ran out of coffee last night. If you watched the live stream, I told you I had mixed two different kinds of coffee to fill a coffee pot. So my buddy Joe is back in studio again, and I made him swing by the store and grab some Folgers on the way here. So I got a fresh pot of Folgers and I'm ready to live stream. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome into the studio for another Stinky Robot live stream. I'm Michael Smell. If it's your first time here, we draw on this channel for a couple hours, a start to finish drawing from scratch. I typically jump in with no concepts of what I'm doing, so if I mess up, you're along for the ride. But typically it's been going pretty well. We've had a lot of good luck here so far on the channel with the way the art's turning out. Before we get started, reach down there and hit that thumbs up. Let me know that you're in and you found the channel, found the video. Even if it's not live, still, even after the fact, jump down there. It helps me out with that algorithm. The more thumbs up, the better YouTube likes my videos, the more it sends it out to the world, and the bigger our drawing community here on Stinky Robot gets. So if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Obviously, we're having a drawing. If you subscribe to the channel, and after you're done subscribing, jump over to stinkyrobotart.com, my website. I have an entry form to win this piece right here. We'll go over it in a second, but yep. This piece, Rusty from episode 23, is given away. We're going to do a drawing on Monday, so you have until this Sunday to subscribe to the channel, jump over to my website, and fill out an entry form. Make sure you get a entry in for the drawing. And the last thing, of course, obviously, if you want to show up and draw with me, I do encourage everybody to grab a pencil, a piece of paper. If you want to draw, reach down there and hit that bell notification. That'll let you know when I go live so that you can join me Monday through Thursday and sometimes on Fridays, and we can draw together. All right, guys, with that, I think we're going to jump in and we're going to kind of get going here. You just see what I added for you. Let me turn off the clock here before we get into the drawing itself. Adding a little new feature today, a little selfless promotion right there. I am going to start featuring some of my other artwork, some of my bigger works, and that one right there is called Hunter King. I'm really proud of that painting. It's one of my favorites. Joe behind me gave me a lot of flack while we were going through that painting. He critiqued the heck out of it through all of its variations. I think I drew on that. How many times did I try to start that painting, Joe? Oh, it was quite a few. Yeah, at least 3 times. I started that painting, decided nope, wouldn't work. Went to my closet of failures. Eventually, I think I even had one painting. I got the whole background done and everything, and I just threw it in the trash. But I finally was able to get that piece out, and it's an amazing painting. The original is 20 by 30, 24 inches by 30, I believe, and then this print is 17 by 22 inches. They are a limited edition on G-Clays and available on my website at stinkyrobotart.com. So if you do like this print, they are available over on my website at stinkyrobotart.com. You can check that out and all the other prints that I have available there on the website. So we're gonna fill that little space, at least for now, see how that works out. We're gonna feature a print every once in a while on the channel. So we are now gonna start that clock up and let's get going. We're at Friday drawing. Here we go, guys. What to do today? My wife's told me I've been doing too many direct shots on the robot, so she said do something in more of the 3/4 views. She likes those better. So we're doing a 3/4 view of something or another. We went with a nice elongated face yesterday, so how about we switch it up and maybe do something more round today. And just FYI, if somehow, for some reason, my microphone is picking up screaming and slamming and banging noises, I have my daughter having a slumber party today, so there is a house full of giggly girls downstairs currently currently doing makeup on each other. So my son jumped ship on me and he went and stayed at a friend's house. He was not about to be stuck in a house with a bunch of girls, so he jumped ship. So if you hear squealing, that's what's going on. Yeah, it is Friday. Can't see my comments. Let's slide this over a little bit so I can see what people are saying. You want me to do a rosy style? Rosy style robot. Yeah, like Rosie from the Jetsons. I've already started this other shape, but that's not a bad idea. I have an idea for doing a Rosie. There's a piece that's in my head. I have yet to get it on paper. I tried to draw a few times. It hasn't come out right, but I haven't really put a lot of effort into drawing Rosie. But I had this. I want to do a young Rosie. Like I want to do like a pinup style version of Rosie, like Rosie the robot when she was in her mid-20s, and do her like pinup style. I think that'd be fun. So nobody steal that idea. That's one of those projects that I've had in the back of my mind for a while. I think that would look really good. We had a very elongated face yesterday, so I think we're going to keep him very short and short, round face today. What's going on, Jason? You drawing with me tonight, or are you stuck with baby again? There you go. Grab it. Somebody's got to be drawing with me tonight. I mean, Joe's trying, but... What'd you tattoo tonight, Joe? What was your... A fruit bat. Yeah. Right. Where at? Ankle. You did a fruit bat on an ankle today. No watercolor tattoos? Okay, as always, we're just gonna take our time. I'm just kind of making little lines, and we're slowly developing him a little piece at a time. We'll build up our robot. No, Stacy said she saw your bat on Facebook. Yeah. Nice. Let's see. So we have a really basic head shape. Now the question is, what to do with it to bring out the character? What to do, what to do. You know what? I think today we might make a... Let's round out her chin a little bit more, and let's do a girl today. I have not drawn too many girl bots, so today let's go with the girl. Stacy wanted me to do a Rosie. This is not Rosie, but we'll go with the female persuasion. As you all know, I really like my girl bots. Alright, first things first, let's mix up this center line just a little bit. Center her face up a little bit better. Good eraser. Alright. Now that is not very feminine right now, so let's see what we can do to feminize her. First thing I'll do is clean up this jawline a little bit. Now, definitely need to have some kind of and work out the hairline. Okay. These scraggly hairs kind of going every which direction. Something like that. We'll figure that out here in a second. Okay. I'm gonna thin her neck out a little bit. A thick neck, not as attractive a girl bot as it is on a machine of doom. Alright, so we'll keep it nice and thin. So Jason, what are you drawing with tonight? What's your medium of choice? Trying something different with his hair. Trying to make it more robot-like. Oh. Hey, cat. Yeah. Decided to go with a fembot tonight. You know, when I ended the live stream yesterday, Kat, I was determined. I was like, okay, Kat said Octobot, so we're gonna call that piece Octobot. So that was what I planned on. But when I shot the thumbnail, I kept looking at it. I was like, you know, that really looks like a squid, and I couldn't stop seeing a squid. So it turned out to be Squidbot. So you almost got it named that one last night. I was gonna do it. In the last second, I was like, oh no, that's a squid. I had to go squid. The long face and single eye, just the screaming squid to me. I'll let you name one in the future. I owe you a title. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Tomato, tomato. I'm not sure if I'm in love with this hair. I'm playing with an idea. We may change it up and just go with classic hairstyle, but I figured it was worth a try. I'm not sold. Not sold just quite yet. What are these spirals? It's right, but that's wrong. Makes sense. Yeah. Alright guys, if you just showed up on the channel, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you guys have found me. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. We're doing a giveaway on Monday. If you get subscribed to this channel, then jump over to StinkyRobotArt.com, my website. This is right down below there. I am doing a giveaway drawing for one of these live streams. This one right here, Rusty. I've gotten to show him a few times. Today's the last time I'll be telling you about it, so if you don't hear about it through this live stream or one of my social media posts, then you're gonna miss your chance. But yeah, jump over there and there's entry forms on the homepage. Just fill that out. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and yeah, you'll be entered in the drawing. Wish everybody good luck on that. I'm pretty happy with the turnout so far on the drawing. We still got a few days left, and I think we got about 20% of my subscribers are actually already enrolled into the contest, so pretty happy about that number. Of course, I'd love to see 100%, but 20% of you is pretty darn good. What kind of... Yeah, boy, I'm just not sold on that either. Trying to work her in really gentle. I want her... You know what? I'm not going to do a lot of facial features. I'm going to slow my roll and turn her into more of just a steel bot. Keep her a little more on the plain side here. Let's give her a Rusty smile. I've never done that on a girl. That could look pretty neat. Could. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Fridays are a little more quiet live streams, it seems like. Got my son's baseball schedule finally today, and I'm kind of glad we're only doing occasional Fridays because he has a lot of games on Fridays. We thought they were pretty much going to be exclusive to weekends, but no. I think there's like one game on a Sunday. Everything else is like a Monday or a Wednesday or Fridays. He's definitely going to be keeping us busy this summer. I feel like I should make her upside down. Make her a mad face. I need to do something with that hair right there, and I can't get that shape to work out for me. Maybe the 15th try is the charm. Yeah, sometimes the keys just don't overthink it. It'll look good. Boy, did not know sideburns would be so hard. I've drawn them a million times, but today they're fighting me. They've all looked decent. I'm just not overly impressed. Yeah, it's a fembot, and I'm trying to do like those little sideburn curls on her. But I don't know. They're fighting a bit. There we go. We're just gonna put one curl in. I think I was just trying to overcomplicate them. One curl and done. That's it. I gotcha. No worries, cat. We're just about done with her. I'm just cleaning up some areas. This is one of those where I'm getting a little thick on the eraser. Way thicker than I like. I'm getting a little... Sometimes it's easy to get carried away and seek perfection or chase the... That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just chasing a little perfection a little hard. I think we're gonna start making some more generally light lines. Leave it at that. Just don't know why she's struggling with me. Watch it, Joe. That's maybe it's good. Good thing I didn't get Joe a microphone. Let Joe come to your live streams. What's the worst thing that could happen? Yeah. Okay. Follow on that. Now the one thing I'm really not liking is this neck. So plain. There we go. A little bit better. But we just let it go outward. Yeah. That's different today. We are running way long on the sketch. Right. All right. We're gonna call that good. Calling it good. All right. Pens at the ready. Got some fresh number 3 pens today. I'm gonna make some nice, clean lines. These new pins are buttery smooth. I'm gonna try to make her hair look feminine yet synthetic. We'll see how I pull that off. Figure that one out as we go. I got faith. I almost want her hair to look like anybody remember the Primus music video back in the day? They did Winona's Big Brown Beaver, the music video for that, and they're all dressed up like cowboys and they got the big plastic hair. That could be pretty. He's going to be a bright silver today. That's what I picked up at the art store. I picked up a nice, really bright metallic silver. Yeah, you have to look it up. That's a great music video. For some reason, YouTube or Facebook, the Facebook algorithm drops that music video onto my Facebook about every 6 months. It just randomly pops up. Maybe it's because I watch it every time I see it, and I'm like, oh, Primus, can't say no to that. But yeah, like clockwork, every 6 months that video just pops up. I guess Facebook's not all bad. Mostly. Hey, what's up, WT? Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off with her. I have no idea how to pull that off, honestly, but I don't know, we might play with something like along those lines with her. Said I'm Not sure how I'm going to pull it off just quite yet. You know, I'd almost say that song, and still many others, of course, but that song is one of the '90s riffs, like in the '90s riffs. So the '90s theme songs. I mean, you play that song in front of anybody who grew up and came to age in the '90s, and just dare them not to sing the words as soon as it comes on. Like that and Loser, Beck's Loser. If you were raised in the 90s, you just can't resist it. You automatically burst out into song every time you hear the song play. Songs always remind me of late nights on a long gravel road. We did a lot of gravel travel back then. A lot of gravel travel. Cruising around in a 1994 Grand Dam with an 18-inch subwoofer in the trunk, just pounding till I broke the windows out. I went big. All my friends like got little 12-inch speakers, little tiny 12-inch speakers put in the car. I'm like, no. Hold my beer. I got myself a massive competition 18-inch speaker in the trunk. Took up the entire trunk, like a 4-foot cubic square box. I beat the bass so hard in that thing, and I think I replaced the passenger window like 3 times. They just fall off track and shatter in the car. Had to keep a star wrench in because about every day my rearview mirror would just fall off from all the bass. I wish I was that stupid again. No, I miss that. I miss the days when like such little consequences. Thought the world was yours on a platter. The only concern was whose house are we going to hang out with tonight? Where are we heading? Chanute, Iola, where are we drinking beer? Yep. Not a care in the world. It's stupid adulthood. Boy, I couldn't wait to grow up, though. Now I wish I wouldn't be so bad to start. I don't know if I necessarily want to be a pimply teenager all over again, but taking a break, Joe? There's no breaks in live streaming.
Not the one.
Yeah. She's... I don't know. She's a thing. We'll see where we go with it. I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight and somehow it turned into a fembot. Not sure what's going on the side of her head there. Kind of right there.
Yeah.
Just stuff. That's where our Hoopa Joop is. All right, go for it. All right, here we go. Did not clean off my eraser before I started. So sometimes when you use a dirty eraser, you'll get some smudges. So take care of those real quick. Remember, kids, clean your erasers. Check something really quick. Alright, that was dangerous. Just about hit end live stream when I was moving the cursor around. That would have been not very cool. Alright. Just changing up a little bit. Like to see how many people are actually in the live stream. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now's your chance. Get subscribed. After this video is done, jump over to my website right there, StinkyRobotArt.com, and you can enter for the competition. You've got till Sunday to get yourself entered for your chance to win live stream number 23, Rusty. So this piece is going to go up for a drawing on Monday. So you got to get your contest entry in by Sunday, so that next Monday during our live stream in the morning, we will go live at 9:30 or 10:30 in the morning, Central Time on Monday, and I will be doing the drawing during the live stream. So if you want a chance to win a original piece of art, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, give me a thumbs up, jump over to my website after the video, and make sure you fill out an entry form. And those who jumped in also wondering what this artwork right here, and that artwork I got hanging out on the left hand side, I'm doing some selfless promotion today, and that is one of my paintings. It's called the Hunter King. And over on the website, I do have limited edition prints also available for that painting. Limited edition G-Clay prints. Though and many other pieces of my art are available on the website to check out. You can also purchase these live streams as well. I'm selling those blind boxes. They are also under the original art section of my website. So if you'd like to own an original piece of art, you can jump over there. These are reasonably priced. I think I have them right now at $45. And we'll see how they sell. Price may change depending on how well they sell. But these will be blind boxed so that I don't have to post every single live stream video up for sale. But if there's a particular live stream you want to purchase and I really want this one, you're welcome to contact me there on the website and inquire about that particular live stream. And if it's available, I'll make sure that that's the one I send out to you if I still have it. So we'll earmark that one for you. So if there's one particular one you want, don't feel like you have to go the blind box route. All right, W2, yeah, they're available now over there on the website. So if you want one, Dub, just by all means hit them up. And again, if there's one particular one or two particular ones, I guess you want, just email me, comment, and just contact me and say, hey, I want this one and this one. I'll make sure that I'll get those two out to you. All right, we need to do some inking now. What are we gonna do for background, guys? Let's start washing in when we figure that part out. What are we gonna do for background? Maybe this is Miss Rusty. This is Rusty's girlfriend. That's what we're doing today. All right, we're using that see-through paint right now to get it all primed up. It's just water. We're tinting the background. in water just so we can have the ink will flow way better on a wet surface than it does on a dry surface. So if you want the ink to flow, you can pre-wet it. I don't normally do it when I'm doing the detail work. You can if you want to. I rarely do that. I like the backgrounds to flow, but I like to be nice and tight with the figure itself. Okay, so our color of choice. Got here a little bit. 2 new colors today, and they are both going on this piece. So I'm trying to work my palette around that. Today I have a shimmery silver pearl I picked up. They had another silver color I really wanted, but of course they were out, so that color. And then I also picked up a marine blue. So I'm thinking marine blue and that silver together and the shadows and the robot can look pretty awesome. Theoretically. Let's see here, let's do... I'm thinking like a red and a purple for the background. Red and purple, let's do that. Not even sure which red I put out there. Is this scarlet? I think this is scarlet. Nope, it's flame red. So flame red. I feel like we're just gonna stick it out here and push it out. Of course, I don't have a towel set up. That is the one thing I can never seem to remember when I go live, is to get myself a towel. A little thing. Just getting comical at this point. I try to dot all my I's and cross all my T's, getting ready to go live. And I never can get a towel ready. But I've been remembering the music lately, so there's that. Yeah, it does help. There's a few times I forgot the music on the live streams, and you wouldn't think it'd make a big deal, but you'd be surprised. Like my viewer watching time goes way down when there's no music. Add a little music, give the people something to dance to. All right. Good night, Stace. It was good seeing you today. I don't think I've done a red background yet. This is a first, so we're just kind of experimenting. And maybe super amazing. Could be like, well, probably won't do that again. We will see here in a minute how they turn out. Been several videos of this so far that I've tried something new, and I'm like, right in the beginning of the painting, I'm just really hating it. I'm like, I don't know. I think I really messed up. By the end of it, I'm like, man, I couldn't have it any other way. That just turned out awesome. So I am learning not to judge the work before it's fully finished. No matter what it is, I will fully flush out a piece. No matter how bad it seems to be going, we will flush it all the way out to a final product. I haven't really been too disappointed yet. I've really questioned a few pieces, but I have not yet been really disappointed. Yeah, but sometimes I wonder what I'm doing. Yeah. No, that's always it. Yeah. Right now it's looking like it should be a Valentine's Day piece. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I mean, I like little lovey-dovey as much as the next guy, but we'll see. I think we can push it out. I'm sure of it, actually. I might be able to add a little something here to just kind of gritty this. So, knowing that I'm going to go bright silver in the inside of here, I think we're going to have to do a little something completely experimental. Let's see, where is my... There it is, sepia. We don't want sepia. Sepia is very green in nature, and that would... Well, so is antelope. So we're going to bring in the antelope a little bit. Ah, yeah, I mean, something. This could be amazingly awesome or horrifically bad. So, are we taking bets? What's going to happen here?
Big and red.
We went big and red. Yes, I did go big and red. Yeah, I know. You see, you hanging out with you brings back the old memories of big and red. Next thing I know, I'm painting everything big and red. I blame Joe. Okay, that's not so bad. I don't hate this as much. See, that red is just so powerful, we need to mute it down. So, why I'm bringing this tone, I'm gonna kind of blend this in, especially near her, and we'll let this red kind of feather out. Yeah, that's gonna... We just need to tone that red down a little bit. I think this is gonna do it. Like, I know it's gonna do it. Because it's... I'm trying.
Gonna turn back her.
Gonna be awesome. Yep. Note to self. Guys, don't ever let me give Joe a microphone. This could go badly. You know, we used to be me and Joe and our buddy TC that used to come over and work a couple nights a week. We'd be in the studio and we'd get a couple pots of coffee going throughout the night and just sit here and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes and work on art until till like about 3 o'clock. I think we normally shut down around 3 a.m. So we'd work all throughout the night. And man, we used to joke, if we had a microphone, the thing, people could hear the stuff we were talking about. Start over what? With my drawing? Yeah. Yeah. That's the rule in these live streams. There is no starting over. Yep. Bleach line is permanent. You gotta make something of it. And I'm just leaving that red kind of out near the end. I'm feathering out this brown inside of it, and it's just pulls it back, tones it down a little bit. And, that's one of the reasons I always say you need to work light to dark, because if you make a mistake like that, you're gonna want to make some corrections. That's how you do it. Leave yourself a little bit of wiggle room for those corrections. I do want just a little bit out here on the edge. We're gonna have to bring some of this down here lightly. 3. Way too much water. Just don't want to build it too much up. Talking to yourself over there, Joe? Ooh, I'm soaking this paper towel. All right, here we go. Let's we're gonna end that right there. Good clean paper towel. I got that one way too wet. A lot of water on that background. I'm bring a little Payne's gray into the mix. Not a lot, just a little. Just a little. Right up close to the head and stuff. I want it to just have a bit more separation. I'm not going to fully outline her. Just in a few little strategic locations. Little tiny little bit. Feather out into the background. I don't like that. That'll just help pop her off the background just a little bit. Kind of subtle now, but it'll make a big difference later. Yeah. I hear giggling girls. Hee hee. Is that the way you acted when you were at your little slumber parties when you were a kid, Joe? Yeah, if you guys missed what we were talking about earlier, my daughter's got a couple friends over tonight for a slumber party, so they're under orders to stay quiet while I'm live streaming. But how long is that gonna last? They've done pretty good so far. They're all pretty good girls. Good kids. A little loud, but they're good kids. All right, enough of that. Let's do this a robot. So let's check out our new blue. See how it looks as we enter the shadows. The robot. Try this new marine blue out. I haven't actually put it to paper yet. I know what color it's supposed to be, but that is not always the case, so we'll see. I'm gonna start it off nice and light. Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. It's a nice little blue. I like it. That's one thing I think I've noticed that blues, especially when I'm on camera, I think they should all, at least from my perspective right here, is they all look real similar in color. I don't know how they really do look on your end of it until I go back and watch the videos and see how they look. No, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, looking okay. It is looking okay. We'll just keep on working it. Keep on working it. What color should we make the center? We will see. What? I think that waking up in the morning thing's overrated. Hey, cat, you're back. All right, guys, we're gonna jump into a little of that indigo over top of that. Turn and pull those shadows back a little bit more. We're gonna stay with just these colors. I really want to see what that silver is gonna do. Again, we're kind of experimenting with new colors tonight, so this is a really experimental piece. So we will see. But actually, yep, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna add a few splatters on this one. Haven't been doing it lately. It's a little gimmicky sometimes, and I don't want to do it on every single piece. Do it as much as I can. Try to keep most of it kind of centered here in the neck area. Alright, now we're going to take and just water it and lay down some blotches here and there. Not too many. Couple big ones, just tie it all together. We'll do the whole, let it dry, and then we'll blot it out. And I give it just a little interest in the background, just a little bit, not to be overdone, but that background just needs a little something extra. So while we're at it, before we get too deep into the drawing, just give it what it needs. We're always evaluating it as we work, trying to make decisions on the fly. Taking what we've learned from the previous drawings, and you know, if something's not looking right, you go, well, you know, hey, I look back at the live stream number, I don't know, 16, and I do this technique, and it really kind of looks, so maybe that technique could fix or, you know, make this one look better. So sometimes you want to look backwards to go forwards. I don't want to get too. Now it was dark to begin with. Now we blot some of that off, and that just like that. There's now it's not as dark, and that little detail I think kind of adds to quite a bit. Okay, done is done. Let's go find our indigo, because yeah, indigo. Tempted to use purple. I think that might be too expected, and with all that red, maybe not. We're gonna deepen up these shadows now. Switch out brushes to this guy. I remember who I was talking to. I think it might have been you, Dub. Or with someone when they got the brush tips want to come off. This one is fighting me a little bit. I've repaired it, I think twice now. I use this brush a lot. It's kind of one of my go-tos. Really wants to start coming apart on me. Oh yeah, the good ones always... The good ones are the ones that always fall apart first. Cheap ones will last forever. No, that is not true. When it comes to brushes, you get what you pay for. That's kind of the deal. But that's my problem. I always buy the cheapos. Sad part is they're not cheap. They're cheap in comparison to other ones, but my goodness, brushes are expensive. I'm super curious at how the silver is going to look when I put that on here. Silver is going to look like I have an idea what I think it's going to look like on my head. There's no guarantees. Straight up metallic, like metallic shimmer, shimmering silver, called pearl, silver pearl. It's an iridescent, yep. I wanted to buy, they had a non-iridescent version, and I wanted to buy that, but they were out. And I almost didn't buy it because I'm like, I don't use iridescents too much. But curiosity got to me. I wanted to see what it looked like, so. Because I'm not against using iridescents, I use them from time to time. I'm not against it at all. At least in this body of work, I would not be using it on something like Hunter King up there. And no iridescents in my big bodies. But for my live streams, why not? Makes it sparkle. See. Putting these two blues together looks pretty nice. They complement each other very well. Thought they might. Maybe I'll bring the purple into this detail. I think that may be where it comes into play. I'm really tempted to not want to muddy this part of it up, just because, you know, it's a fembot and I want it to be all, you know, prim and proper and looking really pretty. But I think that's still a process I'm gonna have to go through. We gotta make it a little bit dirty. Gotta be a little dirty. Fun girl. Yeah, the splatter techniques, Cat, are just takes practice. Make a big mess a dozen times, and you'll start figuring out how to kind of control your taps, and it's just how much water you have on it, and exactly like I'm literally holding it maybe a 1/4 inch above the brush, just tapping, not whacking. Now, if I wanted to go everywhere, you know. Okay. Shut up, Joe. Yeah, I'm just gonna whack it. Okay, you gotta, you know. Yeah. I'm probably glad you don't hear him right now. God damn it, Joe. Yeah, well. Problem with having you in the studio. Start whacking it. Oh, there went all my viewers. They just dropped off. No. I think we should take a vote. Do you think how many people think Joe should stop hanging out in the studio when I'm doing live streams? Yeah. Yeah, not yet. Okay. Alright, here we go. Now for the crazy experimental part. Make her silver. Let's see how this is going to turn out. Oh, that's not bad. Not that bad. Heck, it's actually pretty transparent. We might have to bring the gray in with it. It's more translucent than I imagine it being. It's not bad. But I'm gonna have to lay down a little gray base for it. Yeah, it's a little transparent, which I said, that's not the worst thing in the world. Smooth it out too with the white. I don't know. 11 already? Things I didn't want to know. Fine. Okay, I think we're gonna have to mix a little white and gray, so we're gonna have to do a little mixing on the spot, I think. Otherwise, she's gonna get pretty dark pretty quick. Alright. Over with some white. So experiments. Clean this up a little. So we're gonna build the ink up pretty thick on her. I don't normally like doing it this way on these live streams. I try to leave as much white space as I can for the highlights, but as an experiment with a new color, and it didn't quite go as initially planned. So we're gonna have to pull back just a little bit, get a little thicker on the paint than I like to do. I was not expecting that color to be translucent, but the translucency, it changes things a little bit. Yeah, I'm mixing it with a little white and I'm mixing it with a little bit of gray, depending on the area I'm working on. And now I gotta be careful not to use too much water, because I'll pull that right off the paper. That is way more muddy than I prefer it to be. It's alright. It is what it is. Exercise. What to do. That's the gray. I'm not even using it. No. Now I'm just trying to kind of blend it, the gray in a little bit. Problem is that now that I know what I'm doing, I could change it up down here. But I got the whole face painted out already. Now I gotta have to kind of match up what I've done up there down here to make it look right. Yeah. Whoop. Not a big whoop. I'm betting I can fix it. You may not know this, but it's not the first time I've screwed something up royally and had to go back and do major corrections. No, I've never done that. Never. In red. That's where I screwed up. As soon as I put big in red, I was in for it. I should have known better. You had to bring it up yesterday. Yeah. We'll be able to pull it together. I can, but if I mix the blue, I'm just gonna get another shade of blue, and that's not what I want to do. At this point, I'll be painting over the blue and kind of pushing back some of these areas. Kind of all about the water ratios right now. Then that blue will kind of shine through the gray instead of just creating another shade of blue. Sense? So I want them to build it. I want them to layer. Yeah, I want to layer them more than create a separate color. But I'll be able to come through here in a minute. I'll bring out the highlights in her and then basically put her back together. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Yep. Like I said, normally with the inks I like to leave. Yeah, I like to leave a lot of the paper shine through for my highlights, so it just saves me some time with the inking. But when you lay it on thick, she's a thick girl. She wears that thick makeup. Cover up all those imperfections. Alright, Joe. We'll see you later, boss. If you change your mind about Sunday, let me know. Okay. Tell your son happy birthday. Yep. Joe has left the building. Mini Rogers. Alright, looks like it's just us now. Now, probably doing all that work because I've got this gigantic white space down here that I now have to cover with ink to make it kind of look like the rest of her. So we're gonna have to paint the whole section down here. Bring in some of the grays, silver, right back out again. This is not a typical way I paint. As you've been watching me for some time, you can realize it a little bit different than when you'll normally see me do as far as building up shadows and highlights. We're going real thick, almost more painterly style with this one. We always say, give her what she needs. Now she needs to be a little thick. So I'm going to chalk this new silver up to... yeah, no bueno. Not that big. I don't really... doesn't really work for me. I still want to try the other silver. Hopefully it's not as translucent. Translucent's not bad. You just have to build up your color, your tone ahead of time, and it's kind of more of a just... it tints your colors. And this time, in this case, it would give a little bit of a silverish tint, whatever color you're adding it to, and give it a little bit of shimmer. Which is not quite what I was expecting from the color, but that's alright. Because I had visions of it turning out to be more of like a really sharp, like Metropolis silver kind of robot color. But, not so much so. Sounds like I've wore the toothbrushes downstairs. The bathroom's right below the studio. Like I said, I've got those girls doing the slumber party tonight, and they're all in there brushing their teeth. And kind of comical to listen to them. All right, here we go. I think I've pretty much hold her back together. We'll let her dry a little bit, and we'll come back again. We'll add a little more white, kind of push out those. Okay. And we'll come back over again, pop those highlights a little bit more in just a second. But right now, let's move on and work on another section of her. We're at the halfway mark. I think we're gonna go with purple. Might as well stick with the iridescence. We're already set in that direction. And we're going to try to be a little more feminine with this piece. It is a fembot, so. Purple. Where is my dark purple? All right. There it is. Sometimes I question my sanity when I'm doing. A little bit, kind of just playing again with the tones. These. More indigo. Yeah, some of these pieces you gotta work harder than others, and I'm working pretty hard on this piece. This piece is kind of testing me a little bit. It's definitely not one of the smoother pieces. Sometimes things just really come together quick, and other times you fight your way through it. This is a fight your way through it kind of piece. This is going to happen from time to time, absolutely, especially if you're starting out. You're going to find yourself with a lot of pieces you're battling. This is where it's easy to give up and be like, you know what, this one's just not working. I give up on it. I'm going to toss it to the side. Just say, call it a night. We are not going to do that on this channel. When we're struggling through a piece of art, even if it's going to turn out to be not the best thing we've ever done, we're going to fight all the way through. We're going to hold our ground, and we're not going to let it win. We're going to keep on battling. Could look pretty awesome at the end. We don't know, we're not done. We've got hair to put on, we've got the neck to finish. And we're not even close to being done with her. But by the end of this, we could turn out to be our favorite piece. As of right now, in case you haven't noticed, I'm at war. I am at war with her right now. She is knew I should have done a squirrel. Been telling myself all week I was going to draw a squirrel this week. And I just never quite got the time to pull together a little reference photograph. It wouldn't take me but 2 seconds, but just never kind of got to it. Insert laundry list of excuses right here. But yep, I think that piece is coming soon. I don't know why. I haven't drawn a squirrel in a while and just kind of popped in my head like, hey, squirrel. So, do expect a squirrel to show up on this channel soon. Why and for what reason? I don't know. Because I want to do a squirrel. We still haven't even gone with our paints into our dark shadows yet. So just understand, everything's here still all mid-tone. We will still do the highlights, and we're going to do shadow. We're going to try to bring out more highlight. So we've got pretty thick on that paint already with a lot of white. But we'll try to bring in some more. I have to do at least 2 more layers of white on it to get to show up and pop. We will do that shortly. I think I'm going to go keep with this color. For the trim, I'm going to stick with the blue. Maybe not that dark. There we go, about this color. Definitely not sure what color to do these. Wait to the end and see what it needs. Oh, your daughter wants me to draw a horse? I didn't know when the last time I attempted a horse was. I mean, drawn giraffes, and squirrels, and raccoons, and a lot of mice, skunks. What else have I drawn? Rabbits, hares, octopus, squids. not drawn a horse. Probably high school, back when I was working with my grandfather on a regular basis. Because he did a lot of horse pieces. I have not done a horse in a many, many moon. So it may not be a bad idea to do a horse. But I have a feeling if I were to do a horse, I'd probably get in the weeds with the detail, and that probably end up being part of my bigger works. Like a robot riding a horse or something along those lines. Now we're going to go dark indigo, very little water. Push in. Shadow side of all this. I used to have a horse. Talking about horses, I had a little Shetland pony named Amber. I think I was 8 years old when I got her. I used to show her every year at the county fair. I remember one year we were at the county fair, and I was probably about 12, 13 years old. And I'd showed my horse down at the county fair, and the 4-H club would always sleep in the horse stables on the first night when we showed it. And I had taken Amber, saddled her up, and I had her out in the back arena, like the practice field for the rodeo. No, take it back. I had not back there anymore. I had gone into the main arena for the rodeo horses, so we were just walking around in the main rodeo arena. No one was out there, and all of a sudden, from out of nowhere came all the rodeo horses. The big old rodeo horses came running in, and Amber freaked out on. She took off back for her pen and went right through the cattle chute. Just about took off my head and decapitated me through the cattle chute. Ran all the way zigzagging through the cattle chute. And she faded right back to her pen that she was in, and she just went right in there, parked it, and she refused to leave again. She was not having those rodeo horses. Yeah, I love horses. I grew up in a small town. Like I said, I was in 4-H. The 4-H thing and all that back in the day. I was quite the confused kid. I think I dipped my foot in just about everything I could. You grew up in a small town. Every kid in a small town does 4-H. It's just kind of part of the... You cut your teeth in 4-H if you're from a small town. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's real awesome. Ew. Dark on that. Stinky with my thin brush, and we're gonna bring in a little bit of highlights on top of this area. Alright, just gonna add our thin little highlights here. It's pretty simple, but gotta make that pop against the background. I could have added some rivets that would might help her. So note to self, kind of an idea. What's up? Show YT, what's going on? What's up? Welcome to the chat. And peace, he's out of here. Alright, where are we? Alright, we got the hair, so we're going to stop now. We're going to go in, just work in these shadows, get the shadows placed in there. We're going to do the highlights one more time. I want to finish with the hair and the eyes, so at this point, we just need to come in here and add our shadows. Shadow and highlight time. That should make her pop off the bit more than what she is right now. That is what we're gonna go for. I don't get my big old head in the way. Try to keep it to the side a little bit. Not just drawing lines, gotta make sure we feather it out as well. In the line, feather it out, smooth it in. Kind of the trick to making these shadow lines look really good in tight spaces. Don't just make a line. Bit of a line, and then with the brush, feather it out. We don't want any harsh lines at all. Hey, good deal. That's awesome. What is the giveaway? Well, let's one second. Let me show you here. So we are celebrating I just passed over 100 subscribers. The new channel, we just kind of started out with the whole live stream thing. So we're just past our first milestone. We passed 100 subscribers, and so we're giving away episode 23. So this was the piece called Rusty. He was live stream number 23. If you want to go back and watch that, check him out. But yeah, so the episode 23, Rusty, we're giving him away. So the contest is going, and you can enter until this Sunday, the 10th, and then on Monday's live stream, we'll go live Monday at 10:30 a.m. Central on this channel, and I'm going to be doing the drawing live there. So how you get into the contest is real simple. You just need to subscribe to the channel, which you did, and then right here is my finger here. See if I can touch it. There, see that right there. The StinkyRobotArt.com. Jump over to my website, and on the homepage of the website is the entry form. All you gotta do is sign up and just write your YouTube handle so that I know who it is, and then I will draw them on Monday. So you don't have to be in the live stream to win it. I'll send you an email if you're the winner as well. But if you want to see the drawing live to see if you won, then yeah, then jump on Monday's live stream. Otherwise, I'll just email you. So yeah, now you're subscribed. Definitely. It's worth a shot. So with 100 subscribers, I think, yeah, better than not shot. I got about 20% of the people subscribed have entered the contest, so that's a pretty good chance. I think it's 1 in 20 odds or so of winning. So yeah, jump over. I do appreciate your subscription. I definitely appreciate it, bud. Okay. Now, since you're new here, and we draw a knit piece start to finish, and I try to go on at least 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. Occasionally, I go on Fridays, and I start a piece every day with. I try not to do a lot of prep work ahead of time, so I start from scratch. No idea what I'm drawing that day. I just sit down, sharpen pencil, and hit live, and I start working. And we see what kind of robot I come up with that day. I draw, in case you didn't know his name, I draw a lot of robots. But I also do other things too. I draw a lot of animals as well. This is kind of an example of what my bigger work. I never can get my finger right. Up there in the upper left-hand corner, that's one of my prints that are available on my website. It's kind of one of my promotion pieces. That's on the website for sale. That's a print of one called Hunter King. So that's kind of what my larger body of work looks like. And these works here I create in roughly about 2 to 3 hours here on the live stream. What you're looking at now, it looks like we're about 2 hours in, so I got another hour on this one, and we'll try to finish her up within 3 hours. And we work in acrylic inks here on the channel. But that goes for anyone out there who has subscribed to my channel or wants to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you get yourself in that contest and take home a piece of art. I'm also going to do a little something different on that day, so got a little bit of a surprise planned for when I do the drawing. So I'm going to keep that to myself for now, but yeah, I expect a little bit of a surprise that day of the drawing. Darken her and just quite a bit actually side. That kind of helps. She's looking way better. It's one of those things, like, she was frustrating me earlier and the piece is kind of not quite going the way I wanted it to. I was getting a little perturbed at her, but now I just keep working it. I'm pushing it. She's starting to look pretty decent now. She's starting to really come together. So whenever you got a fail piece, really tempting just to throw it to the side and say, you know what, I'm done with this one. I'll start over later or do something else next time. But keep working them. You never know what you can actually come out with. Failure is just kind of like I gave up on it. She's starting to pull it together. All right, no worries. You don't have to go in the giveaway. Not a big deal. I fully understand if you don't feel comfortable giving out your personal information. Not at all. Yeah, just so you know, like all I ask for on the website is just, well, you got your name and address, of course, because I got to ship it to you. So it's the same thing as if you were to purchase a print of mine. It goes through my website, and it's pretty much the same information I asked for when if you bought a print, I'd be asking for the exact same information. It's just your name, your address, so I can ship it to you if you win. I'm not doing any mailing list. There is a subscribe to mailing list on my website, but that's not what this is. So you won't go automatically in a mailing list of any kind or anything like that. I don't save the information. In fact, after this contest, I delete everything out of my email so I can start fresh for the next competition, because we're going to be doing quite a few giveaways on this channel. So that's another reason hopefully people will subscribe. If you showed up, subscribe, because we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. But yeah, I fully understand if you don't want to give out your personal information. Don't worry, I'm not offended by that at all. But I still, thank you so much for subscribing. And put a little more indigo, or not indigo, Pans gray, that's what I need. That is indigo. There we go. They all look the same. We're just gonna push her a little bit further. We're almost done with the indigo portion of it. On the shadow side of it, push it a little bit deeper on this far end here in the shadows. Pop in some highlights, and then we're gonna see what we do here. Thinking I might go red with earth red. Well, I don't know. I feel like that cartoony plastic hair would look nice. A little torn on how to pull that off. Mainly because, not that I'm scared about going red with it. It's like we got so much in this background here. I'm gonna have to come up with it pretty soon, because we're just about there. Yeah, you can. I do have Messenger. You can look up Facebook, Michael Smale, or Stinky Robot. Either way, message you through Facebook, or you can do it to Instagram. Message through Instagram. That is Stinky_robot. You can message me there, or you can go to my website and just send me a direct message on my website as well. Just there's a contact thing. Just hit contact, and you just email me through there if you'd like to contact me that way. So. Those are 3 quick ways you can get a hold of me. Okay. Also, if you go through my website, all that links are there on the top. So just go to the stinkyrobotart.com, and up on the top right-hand corner of my website, I believe, or if you're using a phone, I think it's a little bit different on a phone app, but all the Facebook, Instagram, all those links are on there. You can hit those as well. Just message me through any of those platforms. Get some more white out here. Let's pop these whites a little bit better. I don't typically work that way. I'm a working artist, so a lot of times for most of the art, when I do things particularly for a person, those are based off commissions, which I'm absolutely fine with. If you're interested in taking up a commission or something like that, just get a hold of me. We can definitely work something out. And I do all these live stream drawings that you're seeing right now, they're actually all for sale on my website. So you can go in and purchase these direct through the website. There's directions on how to do it. They're on the original art page of the website. And unfortunately, I have a lot of projects going on, so I can't. It's hard for me to just take things on pro bono, unfortunately. Like, hard to tell right here, but like, I've got this big old commission right here behind me. This one is fast approaching its due date, and that I think I've got about, I'm guessing somewhere around 80 hours left in it to get that one finished up. So we're probably looking at, I'm guessing 80 to 100 hours, and I'll have that piece finished up. But that's kind of on my, that piece is kind of taking precedence right now. Gotta get that one finished up and be working on that pretty much all weekend. Once the live stream stops, they don't stream on the weekends, I will be pretty much living on that easel all weekend, trying to get a big chunk of that finished up. Hey sis, I thought you went to bed. I thought you're back up again, huh, baby? But yeah, that goes for anybody here. If there's any particular project you'd like me to work on, if there's something that you'd like to commission me to do, I do take on commissions, but I don't typically will talk about them necessarily on the live stream, but I will definitely take commissions. You just go to my website and hit the contact button right there, and we'll start a conversation for sure. Well, we'll do that kind of over in private. We'll talk about, you know, I can talk about price, size. You know, we can work on particular budgets. You know, if you have a particular budget in mind, then I definitely will work with you to make sure that we come up with something that will fit in your budget. And if you have an unlimited budget, oh, definitely can work with you. I can fit you in about anywhere with an unlimited budget. But that's yet to happen. And everybody's got a number in mind. Yeah, that's why these live streams are pretty nice, because I'm doing a real reasonable. I'm starting off and they're just sitting up the board for sale. Depending on how much they sell and how popular they are will depend on the overall price where they end up. But as of right now, I'm only setting, you know, $45 for a blind box one. Obviously, you can contact me via email if there's any particular one you want, and we can make sure that you get one you like if we have it. If I haven't already sold it, then it's yours. Make sure you get that piece. The blind box situation is pretty much just because I'm creating so many every week. And it'd be a little bit of a nightmare to constantly be putting them out, you know, updating the website almost daily with new art. So that's why we're not going that particular route with it, at least as of right now. Again, we'll see how the popularity of these are and how much they're selling. That will dictate where we go with it in the future. But, you know, you get asked quite a bit. People get a little bit shell shocked sometimes when they ask, well, how much is your painting? I love that piece. You know, I love your piece. I want it. How much? And you find that most people are actually thinking that you're going to shoot them a pretty small price, like, you know, maybe a few $100s or something like that. And when you tell them, well, that's a, you know, it's a couple grand, their jaw hits the floor and they're like, what? I wasn't expecting that. Then you got to explain to them, like, well, yeah, but there's so much work behind the scenes before I even went to paint. Most people don't realize that the sketching portion of it and planning and out your painting, you can have just as much time in literally just sketching and drawing out your painting as you do in the actual art itself. That's why these are kind of a good deal here, since I don't know why I can offer these at such a low price, because there's no preliminary sketches to them. These are like literally I sit down, I grab a pencil, and I just go. And I can put it together in just a few hours. I'm not spending 100 hours plus on a piece. This is just over a couple hours, so I can keep the prices fairly low on these. But on the larger works, I don't quite understand. Like, everyone has this illusion that, oh, you're an artist. Well, it means you just picked up a brush and just started painting, right? Well, no. No, I may have a couple weeks in a piece before I even think about handling a paintbrush. And then when your final product's done, you can be sitting upwards of 300 hours in some of my bigger works. I can have close to 300 hours in my big stuff. And so you explain that to them, like, well, how much do you make per hour? Just a question, how much do you make per hour? In a lot of my work, you break it down. I mean, you're literally just making, well, if I told you what I get hourly on some of my paintings, it'd make you cry. But that's the joy. I do it because I love it. I don't do it to get rich. Maybe one day, you know. It sure would be nice. But the reality is, and this is something that I've worked over for many, many years. There was a time when, yeah, all I could get for a piece was, I was constantly taking $100, $200 commissions. I had that phase. I went through that for many years. I took on a lot of those projects and had a lot of $200, $300 commissions, $100 commissions, $50 drawings. I did that for years. And what I would recommend to any artist out there trying to figure out, what is my work valued at? What is the price? Because in the long run, as an artist, it doesn't necessarily matter how many hours you have in a piece. You could have 1,000,000 hours in a painting, and you could think, well, my work is this is a $5,000 painting all day long. I have so many hours into it, and that's true. You have a lot of hours into it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that your quality or your name is built up enough that you can really sell your work for that much work. You know, I think a good rule of thumb is, let's say you create 10 paintings. You have 10 paintings and you ask for $1,000 each. And if you only sell 1 or 2 paintings at $1,000, then you're way overvalued. Your work is not worth $1,000. But if you can sell your work for $1,000 and you sell 9 paintings, then you're probably undervalued. So you want to be able to sell about 80% of your work. If you have a show and you can sell close to 80% of the work, then your price is probably just about dead on where it should be. And that's kind of a good rule of thumb that I go by is, you know, I wouldn't ask the prices for my paintings if that's not what they were selling for. And you know, now at this point, I have a lot of people invested in my work that have purchased paintings and paid certain amounts for the work. And I would do them a severe injustice if I just started giving work away for really, really cheap. And because art is a bit of an investment. A lot of people are investing into the art. You know, they don't want to buy, well, I could get, you know, so much out of this guy, but I can't get it out of this guy. So you start playing with your prices a lot, and you can really mess with your ability to sell work, I guess is it. I always feel real bad when someone's like absolutely in love with my work and they want it real bad. And I've had several times where I've just crushed souls. Like, oh my God, I have to have that painting. I'm like, but you drop them the price and they're like, there's just no way, I can't do it. But that's why it's so crucial to have prints. And, you know, I got the website up and I have the prints. So if someone really wants a piece of my work, I can sell them a piece of my work. You know, it won't be an original, but it will be a very high quality giclée print on rag paper. Like, I don't use cheap stock. The paper I use is extremely expensive. I drop about $120 just for 20 sheets of it. It's very expensive paper. It's high-end stuff. And so that I've got those to offer people. That's why, I got a print right here. The quality of these prints are really nice. I take pride in my work. And they're very low run, limited edition. So that people who cannot necessarily afford the expensive paintings can still be able to fit some of my work into their budget. And if you want an original for a set on it, I've got these. And at $45, I think these are real reasonable. And basically, I think the point of these will probably go up in value and in price if I'm having a hard time keeping them in stock and I'm selling them as fast as I can make them, and yeah, we will see, unfortunately, a little bit of a price increase, and that's just supply and demand 101. But that doesn't mean I'm trying to get rich off of them. But I do like feeding my children, and they have a large appetite. Let's see. Not sure if I'm liking that shape. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. These are the same color eyes I did yesterday. Just fit really well with the purple yesterday, and I got a lot of purple today, so I kind of went the same route with it. What we got time-wise? It's like I'm sitting on about a half an hour to get this hair finished up. Yep. I'm wondering if you just saw the giveaway portion of it. I'm giving away art, but it is in a contest situation. I'm not giving away my art. I'm giving away a piece of my art to one lucky winner. There might have been a misunderstanding there. Now we're going to go back again one more time. She just needs some really, really bright highlights. So I'm going to... At this point, she's got about 4 layers of this white built up on her. So now they're starting to... And as they dry, they fade away. Trying to give her what she needs, clean her up some. And yeah, I know tattoo stuff can be pretty expensive because I go to Joe's shop every once in a while, and he's always got a new toy and he shows me what it costs. I'm like, oh god, like I want his stool. Just his stool just kicks butt over my stool. He dropped a pretty penny on it. One of these days I might have to get one. But you're sitting there hours on end, and a good tattoo chair is... Well, Tank would know, save your back. Same with these stools. I sit these stools for so many hours. Oh, This cheap Amazon stool is about to break me. Alright, happy with. Now, the big question is this hair. I am just torn on what color to do. I feel like red, but it's gonna have to really do battle with. What do you think, Kat? Stacy, if you're still on? Red? Maybe there's just not enough red in this piece yet. A little too much white. Let's see if I can pull that back just a little bit before it dries. Ah! Sometimes white can be a real pain. Maybe orange, Jason. Jason says a darker color. You know what, Jason? You have me darker. And I think, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go red and brown, and we're gonna make it really, make some orange highlights. But we're gonna compete with the background. See if we can win that war. I have an idea. It is merely an idea, and it may fail absolutely magnificently. But I've really pulled her together. I'm liking her quite a bit now. For earlier, I was very optimistic. We do not want to lose this war, but that being said, come here, bird number. You are my savior. Earth red, flame red, burnt umber, and a little orange and a little of that yellow like I did in the eyes. We got this. Okay. I want that brush. And let's start off with the reds. Real light like. How much time we got? About, okay, we're looking at roughly a 30-minute window to get it all buttoned up. Go. I always start with yellow. Remember what I say? I'll break my own rules. We're gonna go light to dark. Gonna get real muddy here for a second, guys. So bear with. We're gonna make this muddy. I'm gonna blend these oranges, reds, and this brown. We're gonna blend it all together. And then I'm gonna come back with my highlights and shadows and bring it, push and pull. I'm gonna do like a good old-fashioned push-pull on it. And if I got enough skill, it's gonna look great. Let's test my ability, shall we? Push myself here. Yeah, we're starting off with Goldilocks here. That's pretty much just for the highlights. I hear a couple little girls still up at 12 past midnight. Okay, well, we're going to start working our way backward. I'm not going to use very much of that flame red, just a little here and there. Just a bit. I gotta be cautious with it. Do not want too much flame red. Do want quite a bit of this burnt umber though. I keep saying burnt umber, sorry. Earth red. Earth red, if you're interested. What color that is. Right now, it really does look like it's competing with that background, because at this phase, it is. This hair in the background, they are pretty much the same thing. Well, we're gonna differentiate the two when we finally get to lights and shadows. So, bear with me, we'll get to that point. Oh, yeah. It's maybe a little bit later on your side of things, kitty cat. Oh, I'm blinking out. I'm starting to get that tired. How's that hair looking on your end of things? I know that the camera can look a little bit different than what I'm seeing here. It looks pretty decent here. You can see where I'm going with it at least. She's a redhead. She's big and red. Joe's gonna be impressed. That big red joke is a big joke. I used to work in let me explain the big red thing a little bit. I went through a phase where I was working in house paint, so it was an experimental phase, so I decided I would just create big, huge canvases. Like, we're talking like 6-foot canvases, 4-foot, 6-foot canvases. And I went out and bought like every color. I just walk into Walmart, I buy a can of house paint. If I went into Home Depot, I buy a can of house paint. Random colors, grab a random swatch, collect colors. And I would just do these big old panels. And almost always, I'd paint these massive, like 6-foot panels, like all red. If I didn't know where to go, because same deal, I had jump in with those with no thought process. I purposely would not allow myself to think about what I was doing. I would just grab a brush and start painting. In fact, I got a bunch of them still around my house, hanging all over the walls, all over the house. I have a bunch of those pieces. Sold a few, I have in restaurants and stuff, but they so we'd always joke when Michael didn't know what he was gonna do, he just paint something big and red. You got that fiery red hair. Yeah, there's more. I had a lot of big red panels. They were just comical. So it became an inside joke with me and all the artists that would work in my studio. Michael likes to paint things big and red. My dad was a full cherry top, bright red hair. Can't tell now, but I used to have a really red beard. Miss Fizzle. Yeah, I used to have I've always had my hair was like, I don't even know what color my hair used to be. It was every color of the rainbow. Back before that was popular. But yeah, my hair was always kind of like a dirty blonde, brown kind of color. But my beard was fire engine red. Always had a dark red beard. Now it's not so red. Yeah, my dad was a cherry top. Oop, that's not a great color. I'm about to dip into some Payne's gray instead of that brown. That would have been noticeable. He had a big red afro. That's awesome. I used to have dreadlocks halfway down my back for a long time. I've done some crazy, ridiculous things in my hair. One time when I was, imagine this, I was in art school and I had 3 friends of mine. They were foreign exchange students from France. Luke, Kiki, and Margot. Margot had come across some hair dye, and I dyed my hair every color of the rainbow. Again, this is late 90s, early 2000s, back when it was taboo to dye your hair just about. It was just an all punk rock kind of thing to do. And but my hair was every color of the rainbow. My favorite color was neon yellow. I painted my hair neon yellow quite a bit, but and I got a hold of this. She gave me this blue hair dye. All right, I'll try it out. I'm in the dormitory at KU, and she gives me this blue hair dye, and then the thing just smells of blueberries. It was amazing. So I put the hair dye on. It was no Manic Panic. It was some French brand. I couldn't read the label. It was in another language. I put it in my hair. She warned me that it was really strong, but I didn't wear gloves, nothing. I bleached my hair out, threw it in my hair, went in the dormitory shower to wash it out. I came out of this shower. I had dyed my entire body Smurf blue. I mean, I was literally, well, it's color of this tape. My entire body, head to toe, junk and all. I was dyed a Smurf colored blue with this hair dye. And, I mean, it was the funniest thing. I'm in the dorms, of all places, to dye yourself like that color. So I had my roommate and my friends, they were giving me all kinds of soap. We tried lava soap. We tried everything we could think of to try to come out of my skin. I even got steel wool. I was in the shower. I took like 16 showers a day trying to get it to come out. And I'm like scrubbing my skin with like damn near steel wool. Literally steel wool. We tried that. Trying to get this stuff to come out. And yeah, I didn't go to class for a couple days. And I literally, I called my professors and like, look, this is what happened. I'm Smurf blue. And they got a good jolly laugh out of it and kind of gave me a little pass on the classes because of it. But it took me about 3 days to get my skin to where it was not this blue, and it kind of faded to a very light peaches blue before. But that was a fun experiment. But I was also at art school, so it wasn't that big a deal. But I showed up and we took my hair and we separated out into perfect little grids, made it like little trees on my head, and got a hold of a bunch of plastic zoo animals. And I had zoo animals all over my head. Mind you, this is also about the era of the Candy Kid and the rave parties and... But yeah, it was... That is one memory I will never forget. The time I dyed myself. I did it to myself. No, it wasn't a practical joke. No one did it to me. I dyed myself blue. On accident. College was fun. Again, goes back to that subject we were talking about earlier about, man, would it be great to be young and dumb and not have a fraction of the responsibilities that we have today. If you're young and you're still in college age, enjoy it. Or even high school age, enjoy it. Cool. Now we'll get that blue in there. We're gonna add a little bit of Payne's gray, not a lot. And then we're gonna come in and we're gonna hit the highlights on it, and then we're gonna be done with it. We're right up on that 3-hour mark. We're getting pretty close, and I think we're super close to buttoning her up, being done. I just want to darken a little bit on the shadow side of her hair. Again, this is not going to be a lot. Just kind of keeping with that movement that we have built up here on this hair. Keep that movement. And darken some up right here. Again, only on that shadow side. Darkening this up, what we're doing is trying to make it pop off that background. This darkness is what's really going to pop it. And then we're going to come on with those highlights, right, especially near the edges. That should really set the piece off. Look, pretty darn decent. A little bit here in this part area. Kind of think of it like anime style, where they just kind of go back and forth and make these little in outs. Yeah, I can't make too much fun of the little white hairs. Getting pretty close to that myself. The men of my family, both sides, my father and my grandfather and my mother's father side, they were about my age. I started going bleach white, kind of where I'm heading. I started graying out pretty early. Got a few photographs. My wife, her family doesn't get a single gray hair till like they're in their 50s, 60s even. She's the same age as I am, a few months difference, and she hasn't got a white hair anywhere on her entire body. But she's from Thailand, so she's got that jet black Asian hair, and that they tend to hold their hair color for quite a while. Hopefully my kids will take after her side of it. Neither one of them are jet black, but they're pretty dark. Got really, really dark hair. Now we're just gonna not get crazy here. We're just gonna put some highlights. Especially near the edges. Up against that background is where we want most of these highlights to fall. And I go ahead and just a little yellow over some of this white because I think I went a little, possibly a little heavy on the white. Okay. Started talking about white hairs and I started giving her a bunch of them. Just yellow, maybe even a touch of that flame red, and some of these, but not all of these, white highlights. Bring out some more of that yellow. Like the yellow and the highlight more than I do the white, actually. Just like this. That looks gorgeous. With just a little of this flame red. Not much, just a little bit of flame red. In certain areas, just has a little bit of a bright red accent. Especially on the shadow side, we'll take this bright yellow down to a bright red shadow side. That will help. That will help. All right. There she is. There she is.
It'll pop up and say, "Hey, this is within, 3 miles of you." And that is
Our red-headed lady. Right at 2 hours and 55 minutes. There. Picked up another number 8 when I was at the store today. I thought about this as soon as I got home. I got 2 number 8s. One works great, one kind of works. I should have picked another one up. Yeah, I'm glad I kept working it on this piece. Yeah, she turned out great. She turned out great. Let's put this ink away. Let's peel and reveal. I think the blue works that I bought. The marine blue is a good color. That silver, not so much. We'll have to play right on with it and see if we can't figure out how to use that properly. Like I said, I think it's pretty much just going to be a tinting agent, so we can use it to tint other colors. As far as a direct paint, no, probably not. I think that other silver I wanted to buy was a silver that would have done what I'm wanting it to do. Looking for more of a direct silver. Added to beautiful, bright, shiny chrome. I'm looking to be able to do some like chrome robots, with some. That's kind of where I'm looking. That's what I was looking for today when I bought it. I was thinking chrome. I did not. I got it. Did not get that. But there we are. I'm gonna pull the papers from the other side. Feel nice and smooth. There we go. A little rough right there. Got a little snag, no big deal. It goes under the mat. Okay, there she is. Let's flip this over. The final screen, we got ourselves a redhead lady. That's today's live stream. One last reminder for anybody who is picking up this video and watching it all the way through to the end here before this weekend. Sunday, April 10th, that'll be your last day to get an entry in to win this live stream. This is live stream number 23. I am doing a giveaway with it. It's going to be given away to one lucky winner who is subscribed to my channel. How do you enter? Real simple. Subscribe to the channel, and after you've subscribed, jump over to my website, which is linked down below at stinkyrobotart.com after you have subscribed. And right there on the homepage will be an entry form. You have until April 10th to fill it out. And Monday, April 11th, we go live at 10:30 in the morning here on the channel. And during the live stream, we will be giving this piece away. I've also kind of planned a bit of a surprise for that day, so it will be worth it to tune in and check it out, see if you've won. And if you can't watch the video live, make sure you go back and watch the video when you do get home to see how it turned out. And again, if you can't hit either one of those, I will be emailing the winner. So you'll be contacted through email if for some reason you're not able to watch Monday's live stream. So, guys, thanks so much for showing up. I appreciate everyone. Have a great night. We will catch you Monday morning for Monday's live stream and the drawing. Really looking forward to it. We'll see you then.